I'm pumped for this next 90 days. No man, unacceptable. Today is a very monumental day in 2026 because it's the first day of 2026 that I'm in shorts. I know. I am so freaking excited because it is bright and sunny. It is 77 degrees today. Spring is upon us, guys. Spring is here. Our 60-day trial period is done. She's gone. Winter has overstayed her welcome and she needs to go. So I am very, very grateful to have weather like this today, and it is just fueling my soul. I like to look at January and February as like a trial period, if you will, because it's just where you're getting your bearings into the new year. And let me tell you, I had some bearings to get, okay? January was fine. We were doing our habits, we were doing our routines, but February had some other plans. February was, for one, very, very cold. It actually snowed here. We ended up losing a family member that was pretty close to us very suddenly and very young. So that was just incredibly heartbreaking and just unexpected. And then if you saw my last video, I was sick I think like this second week of February. And then my brother ended up getting admitted into the hospital for surprise surgery because he had an infected gallbladder and had gallstones, and one of the gallstones was stuck in the bile duct. So he was in excruciating pain. So they ended up having to go in, admit him, take out the gallbladder. Luckily, everything is all good. But since I was sick before I went to go visit him in the hospital, I thought I was better. I felt great. If you saw my last vlog, I felt totally normal. But I guess my immune system had not fully recovered yet, and we had taken a break from taking our immunity shots. And I made immunity shots in that video, but as you know, those compound over time, and I don't think I gave it enough time because I went and saw him. I wasn't contagious or anything, but I think I picked up something there. So the last week, I have been on my butt. I've seen so many people on TikTok getting just these like nasty viruses, the flu. I think there's one going around called the adenovirus. I don't know. I got something. I was coughing, I had a sore throat, I was nauseous, I had body aches, like I was just and so congested. Like that is the first time I have been just that sick for that long. So I feel like February was she was something else. All right, and I am glad she is gone because March is here. Spring is upon us. I don't care what little Punxsutawney Phil says. We're in spring, and I see in places in the north that snow is melting, so we're gonna welcome in spring and as a fresh start. Personally, for me, I feel like the spring is when the new year truly starts because like you are trying to get your footing in January and February, and it's cold and it's just hard to get motivated. But whenever the sun starts coming out and the days are longer, it's warmer, you just feel alive again. You start to see all of the trees blooming and the flowers blooming, you hear the birds singing, like you just have this renewed life inside of you, and that is just what I'm feeling. I do still sound a little nasally today. I don't feel bad at all. I feel so much better, honestly, but just a little bit of the remnants congestion is still here, but it's going away, so I'm sorry if I sound a little nasally. That is why. But I'm just so ready for spring. And today is very important also because we are going to be coming up with our 90-day glow up plan. I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to be locking in for the next 90 days because in 90 days it will be June, and June marks the start of summer for me. So we're going to be locking in for spring. It is going to be the best, most transformative glow up that we have ever done, and I'm going to show you how I'm doing it and how exactly you can do it too if you're feeling like you just want to focus on yourself and really become that version you want to be and just feel your best and hottest self by summer. So we have some things we have to do on the agenda first. Before doing that, we're gonna go outside, get our steps in. It is so gorgeous. We actually have some Amazon packages to pick up, which I'll show you what we ended up getting. I know I had a haul in my last video, but these are just a couple things that I think are going to be very helpful and things I've been wanting for a while that are going to be beneficial. So we're gonna pick those up, probably grab a kombucha because I'm just craving one since it's so nice and warm. Nothing is better than a fresh, cold kombucha. So let's get going because I cannot wait to go for a walk. Oh my gosh. Little turtle family just enjoying the sun. Oh my gosh, his little paws up. Oh my gosh. I'm craving a kombucha, so let's see what flavors they have because I feel like that's always the hardest part is picking a flavor. I spent way too long outside, but it was so hard for me to come inside. It's just so pretty. But I did pick up a good kombucha. I ended up going with this Vital C one. Considering the fact that I'm getting over being sick twice, I felt like this was probably a good one to go with. But I did end up picking up my Amazon packages. It's just a couple things, but I do feel like these are going to be such great tools to have in our little refresh. And no, you don't have to go buy anything to have a refresh, but this just are things that I've wanted for a while. And I figured that the highest, best version of myself would invest in these things, and I think they're really going to help. I'm very thoughtful anytime I purchase anything, so that's why I wanted to get these things. First things first are some ankle weights. So I will go into more depth about this whenever we go over our 90-day plan, but weighted ab exercises is going to be a very big focus of mine, and I needed some ankle weights. So I got these off Amazon, and they are easy to clean. They're really cute. They have a whole bunch of different colors. They're also waterproof, sweat-proof. You can clean them. I don't know how they come apart. Oh, okay, that's how. Yep, okay. I'll link these below if you're in the market for ankle weights. But my main use for these is definitely going to be, like I said, weighted ab exercises. Definitely wanted to get a cute color of those just to make it fun, you know? I don't want ugly looking weights. I want some cute ones I'm excited to put on and work out with. Next, I got this handheld steam cleaner. So we wanted this for a very long time, and this could be used for literally so many things. It comes with all of these attachments, and a big thing we really want to use it for is like our air fryer, because the door has so much of like that brown residue that you get like on the inside of your oven, and it just looks, it needs to be cleaned. She needs to be cleaned. So this is something we saw on TikTok that everybody was using, so I think this is going to be a really cool thing to have in our cleaning arsenal. So the last thing that I picked up is a rug cleaner. Okay, we are in our cleaning era. We are cleansing the space here of all of the things this spring. And this is the Little Green Mini. I've seen this also all over TikTok, and our rugs are washable, but our washing machine is smaller. And after talking to ChatGPT, telling it the size of the area rugs, it said, girl, it's not a good idea. Your washing machine is a little too small for your area rugs. So I don't want an apartment leak or anything crazy or to ruin my washing machine. So I figured we could just get a good carpet cleaner and just take the time to go and clean them, because yes, I could take them to a laundromat, but I literally despise going to a laundromat. We used to have to go to one whenever I was little, and I just absolutely despised it. So, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I just prefer this because we could also use it on our car seats, and you can use it on curtains. You can use it on a lot of different things. And I figured also, obviously with cats, they have the occasional hairball, they have the occasional accident, and I just would love to be able to just go spot clean it, because I feel like if I take it to a laundromat, get it all clean, I'm gonna get it home and one's gonna throw up a hairball on it or something, and I'm like, okay, well, there goes an hour and $25 down the drain. So at least with this, I could just spot clean it and it's good as new and just kind of keep it maintained. I'm gonna probably make a spring cleaning video with these things, and being someone that struggles with allergies, I think that carpet cleaner especially is going to be very, very nifty. That was my little Amazon haul. I will link all of this below, so if you want to pick up any of them, you can absolutely check it out or go for it. I definitely walked up quite the appetite, so I'm going to show you my absolute favorite go-to high protein meal I've had on repeat this week. It's so easy, it's very simple to meal prep, and it keeps you on a good, like, if you're on a budget with grocery shopping, it's a really good option to have because you can have it on repeat, you can change different things about it so you don't get tired of it, but it's packed with protein and I'm so full after I finish it. So let me show you how to make it, and hopefully it can be your new go-to. It is literally taking everything in me to not dive into this right now. My mouth is watering thinking about eating this. So this has been my absolute go-to high protein lunch slash dinner. I've kind of been doing it for both, not on the same day, but like just if I want it for lunch one day, I'll have it for lunch. And then I actually really like having it for dinner because it just is so filling and I don't feel the need like I'm going to bed hungry or anything. And it is protein packed. So what I do is I just meal prep the ground beef, and this is half a pound. Cooper has the other half. And then we prep some sweet potatoes, and then I just put half a cup of cottage cheese with it. And then as far as the guacamole, this is the one that I've been using that I really, really like, but you can use literally whatever guacamole you like. You could just use plain avocado. It's the spicy mango habanero guacamole from Trader Joe's. It is so good. It's not overly spicy because I personally cannot do foods that are too spicy. I don't like to be crying while I'm eating, okay? That's just not fun for me. This is a good balance where it's like a little bit of a kick, but like in a very complimentary way, and it has chunks of mango in it. So I've been doing 2 tablespoons of this, and then for the drizzle, I've been doing a hot honey drizzle. So I have the Frank's Red Hot honey sauce, and there's a bunch of different types of hot honey sauces. I've seen some people do like actual honey and they'll do sriracha drizzled on top with it. So you could do whatever you want. Can you not? Like, these cats are trying so hard to get my lunch. No ma'am, no ma'am, unacceptable. It's a constant battle around here. Anyway, that is my lunch for this particular bowl that I have, and I have 96.4 ground beef. The macros, I have them written down right here so I can tell you the exact numbers. It's 615 calories, 56 carbs, and 65 grams of protein. So like I said, protein packed, super filling, and easily interchangeable and very easily prepped. I'm gonna go devour this and do some computer work. So freaking hungry. But after that, we are going to talk about our 90-day plan to glow up for summer. I cannot wait to share this with you guys because I think it's seriously going to be so much of a game changer for you, especially if you're feeling like you just need the refresh and you want to feel really good for summer. You can absolutely do that. There's so much time to do it. So we'll come up with our plan for how we're going to do that. But first, let's get some fuel in us because I am so hungry. I haven't eaten since breakfast. Can you get off this counter? Oh my god, get off this counter. No, ma'am. Oh, I swear. I think this is the most excited I've been for something since like the 7 for 60 challenge. I'm freaking pumped for this next 90 days. Right now, it's March and 90 days from now is going to be June. And I'm just so wanting to just focus in on my skincare, my health, my fitness, my mindset, just all of it, and really just see how much I can do over the next 90 days. Now, I did, typical fashion of me, if you've watched any of my videos before, I'm a chart girl. They hold me accountable. I can see the physical progress. Like, I just really like charts. That's how I function. That's how I just operate. So I made a chart in Canva. I will pop it here on the screen, and it's going to be for the full 90 days. I'll actually leave this as a template link in the description box. So if you want to join in with me on this 90 days, you can edit it to the goals that fit what you want and that what you need, and you can really modify it to what it is that you like and are wanting to accomplish. Yeah, so that's basically what it is. I have a start date and an end date spot, so it really just, honestly, I have found that having a short-term goal helps me so much more, and I've talked about this with the 12-week year, but if you set a goal for 12 months in the future, the likelihood of you procrastinating on it and not acting on it is so much higher than if you set yourself a deadline within like 90 days. You can see the end goal, and it really just creates such a sense of urgency for yourself, and you can accomplish so much more. I actually read that in the 10x rule by Grant Cardone. He talks about 10xing your goals, and even if you don't hit the goal that you set, even if you come in at like 70 to 80% under, that's still higher than what you would have accomplished had you underestimated what you could do. So why not shoot higher and come in a little lower but still above where you would have originally set, you know? So that's really what I took and ran with. I've broken this up really into 3 categories. So as far as my fitness, skincare, and my mindset. So that's the trifecta I really believe is going to really help me glow up over the next 90 days. Like I said, if you do this, you can absolutely modify it to whatever it is you like, because I really want you to have the tools to accomplish what you want to, and just show you what's helping me, and hopefully it can help you if you feel like you have had the winter ick, or you just need a little push or something to hold you accountable and give you that structure. I create things like this all the time for that reason. Anytime I do this, so that you can do it too, because I know if I can do this, anybody could do this. That's right, Freya. See, she believes in you too. So, all right, let me show you what I put on here really quickly. So I have stay within macros. So for me, that's going to be no more than like 1,700 calories a day and at least 130 grams of protein, which I usually hit, but I like to have one day where I do go a little bit higher just to keep my body, like, to keep from plateauing. So I have that there because it is going to be different based on that one day a week. Then I have workout 5 times a week, and then every day, in addition to my workout, I want to do a 20-minute incline on the treadmill, or I want to do a 10-minute ab session, but weighted ab session, because that's why I got the little ankle weights I showed you earlier. We're going to be using that for our 10-minute abs. And yeah, I want to do either one of those every single day in addition to my morning workout. So that would probably be done at night. So it's kind of like a 2 a day, but not really. It's a little more maintainable than a 2 a day, I feel like. But the 20-minute incline is going to be really good for my VO2 max. And then obviously 10-minute weighted abs. It's going to target all of that directly. So doing that for 90 days is gonna hopefully give us some serious results. And a big part, of course, of your health overall is water and hydration. So I want to make sure I drink 4 bottles of water. So by that I mean like the Deer Park sized bottles that are 16 ounces. We have our water machine now and it does like 4, 8, 16, and 20 ounces. So I just fill mine up with I just fill up my Stanley with like 2 16 ounces, and I know if I finish a Stanley, that's like 2 water bottles. So that's definitely a big key thing is hydration. I do want to preface that with getting abs, it's not just the aesthetic for me by any means. Like obviously, yes, I want the look of having abs. Freya, please get off of this laptop. Okay, come on. It is great to have the aesthetic, and obviously I want the look of abs, but what comes with abs means so much more to me than actually having abs. Can you stop? When I was like 12 or 13, I had a huge growth spurt one summer and it left these horrible stretch marks on my back, and ever since then I've had scoliosis. So the bottom of my spine, you can feel, has a slight curve to it, and my mom deals with the same thing, and my dad had a bad back, and there's so many people in my family that have horrible backs. And I don't want that. I really don't. I'm about to be 28 years old. I'm in my late 20s now. I'm getting close to my 30s. I seriously want to really focus in on having a strong core, because that's the key to not having the back pain, or at least making it manageable. So I definitely want to focus in on that, and that's a really big reason for wanting abs, is because I do sometimes still have a lot of back pain. Like it depends on if I stand for a while, or if I sit a certain way for a while, or if I lay a certain way. Like I do have that, but I notice that when I do more ab work, it is less. So if I can really make those muscles really strong, then that's only going to help me as I get older and as I have kids, and just there's no negative to it. And obviously you look and feel amazing. It's a sign of self-respect, and it's just great overall. And I just want to dial in for these 90 days and push for them and just see where I go. I also aim to lose about 10 pounds, which I hold my weight like in my lower abdomen. Obviously I need to lose some weight to lean down, not a ton of weight, just enough to see the definition and for me to feel a lot better, and 10 pounds is what I need. Next, I have on here my skincare routine. So I have my gua sha routine, which I've been doing every single morning and I love it, and also my Korean skincare. So funny story, I actually saw my mom for the first time in a couple of weeks, like a week or 2 ago. We were outside in the sun, and obviously you can kind of see people's skin a little bit clearer out there because it's so bright. And she was just looking at me and I was like, what is it? She goes, what is your skincare right now? And I was like, why? She's like, your skin looks really good. It looks really smooth and it just looks great. Like, what are you doing? I told her what I've been using, but I honestly, I don't think she realized how much that meant to me, because if you've been here before, you'll know I've struggled a lot with acne growing up. So I just deal with a lot of the scars now. And I've been very consistent with my Korean skincare over like the last, really since I got it. And just to have someone that didn't have any idea I was even doing it to notice a difference just really meant a lot to me, and it's something I've been so self-conscious of. So that was really cool. So it just re-motivated me to want to include that in this 90-day glow up, because I'm like, okay, well, this is probably 45 to 60 days in, I would say. I started, I think in like December, January-ish. So yeah, it's been probably a good month and a half or 2 months of using these things, and there's already a difference. Can you imagine 90 more days on top of it? So I put that on there. And then as far as mindset, so I was like, how can I really measure this? That's one thing with goals, is you need to figure out how you can track them and measure them. And I feel like mindset can be a hard one to do. So these are the 3 things that I did. So I want to feed my mind every day. So this is journaling, reading, listening to a podcast, just giving it fuel, because I know if you let your mind do its thing, it can be how you spiral. It's not always the best thing, and it's good to just feed your mind every single day with wisdom and with inspiration, with journaling, with reflection, and just really giving it almost the nourishment that it needs. So I want to feed my mind every day with something of that sort. And then I want to catch 1 negative thought a day. Now, majority of the thoughts we have every day are the same as we had yesterday. So if you can catch the thoughts that you're having that are creating the same reality in the same situations that you're in, then if you can catch them and reframe them, it can completely change your life over time. And I think you'll be really surprised how many of the same thoughts you had today, you had yesterday, the day before, the week before, the month before, and therefore nothing changes. So if you can change your story, you can change your life, and that starts literally with your thoughts. So I want to make sure I'm very consciously catching a negative thought a day and reframing it so that I can get rid of those old beliefs and get rid of all of those like things that have held me back and have created the same scenarios for the longest time. And this is how you rewire your brain. And the last thing is to take aligned action from that. So doing something that day that my highest and best version of myself would do. This is mostly going to be something outside of my comfort zone. So that's going to be really the final part of the reframing your mind. So that's really like the trifecta of the mindset portion, is feeding my mind, catching and reframing a negative thought, and then taking 1 aligned action to reinforce the new thought and the new story that I'm telling myself. And over the course of those 90 days, it's only going to tell my brain like, okay, this is who we are now, this is what we do, this is what we think. And I just think that doing it every day is going to make such a big difference. And then I did include some motivational quotes. So follow your plan, not your mood, and change your thoughts, change your actions, change your life. I thoroughly believe those, and every time I read them, I just get so pumped. So you can even change those to quotes that you want and that motivate you. But personally, that's just what aligned with me. Again, I will leave this as a template link in the description box. You can go in and edit it, tailor it to what you like, and join me in on this 90 days. I'm so pumped to share this with you. I'm excited to take you along with me, and if you do this, please let me know. I'm gonna be sharing all the meals I'm doing, the workouts, the mindset work, the skincare, literally everything. And by the time summer comes, we are going to be unrecognizable, and I literally just cannot wait. I'm so excited because this feels so right to me. I've just felt like I needed a little refresh, some rejuvenation, and this feels right to me. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and I cannot wait to catch you in the next video. Bye.